What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sales Remastered. My name is Daniel. I'm your host, and in this episode, I'm going to talk about the ROI of a good attitude, a real strong mindset. ROI, in case you're not familiar with that abbreviation, isn't it an acronym? You see what I'm saying? Yesterday, I did a video where, I mentioned and I admitted my flaw. I'm not perfect. I might know a lot about sales, but at the end of the day, I'm human, right? And so sometimes I use the wrong words or mispronounce the actual word, and I'm okay with it. I'm really okay with it because I think that you get the gist, you understand what I'm coming from, and that's what makes me different. Is that most of my content is not highly edited, and I will not take out my flaws because I believe that I need to learn from them. And that's just the attitude that I have going in. And so in this episode, what I wanted to do is talk about the ROI of a strong mindset and a great attitude. And I think that this is overdue. I do sprinkle within my content here at Sales Remastered these certain influences that keep us at our peak levels, that keep us operating at optimal levels, where we are just engulfed with confidence, momentum, of course, all the good stuff, all that rah-rah, all that cliche shit. And on this episode, I really want to talk about the real ROI of it. And it's perfect timing too, because it is Monday morning, right? I think it's February 12th. It's almost 2 days from now will be 1 year since the inception of Sales Remastered. And I don't know how to celebrate it yet, but I'm pretty sure I'll drop some fire as usual. Anyway, in this episode, I want to thank you very much for the attention. Thank you for letting me be part of your morning commute or whenever you catch this episode. I appreciate your attention. And, I really hope that you do leave some comments below. Let me know what your takeaway has been, not only in this episode, but the episodes to come. I appreciate your feedback. Your input, your comments are my oxygen. And, I really grow from that because I'm only putting out content that's apparent to you. And I want to open it up that way because I want to look back at the attitude that we had when we were first going in. Today's Monday, so depending on where you are with your employment or where you are right now as far as what you sell, you're going into the week kind of either seasoned or you're going in brand new. And typically those who are brand new have a little bit more momentum, enthusiasm, and kind of creativity than those who are seasoned at what they do. Meaning that if you've been with your place of employment for a minute now and you're going back in of like, here we go again. Here goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And you're just working just to get closer to Friday. I think that you may have forgotten what the whole purpose is of a Monday. And it's just the perception. And Monday is, in my opinion, is a way to reset the clock. It's a way to start over. Every day, you may have heard me in some of my other content that I share with you, I try and preach to my team that every single day is a brand new day. And even more so with Monday. Monday is a brand new week. And I think that the only way to truly be at your prime or operate at your prime level and your optimal level is if you strongly believe that you get a second chance. So this is your new chance, right? And you might be saying, Daniel had a strong week last week, the strongest week I've ever had. I don't need to go that hard. I don't need to go that ham. Bro, I got money coming my way. And that's what's going to separate you from the rest, though, is how fast are you content? How fast are you satisfied? Understanding that sales in itself really has no ceiling. Sales in itself really, now with technology today, has such a wide reach, has such a far reach. And I want to open up this opportunity to you to look at the week as fresh. So, meaning that all the drama and the turmoil that happened last week, whatever happened last week, whether it was good or whether it was bad, I want you to try and go into this week under the assumption that everything starts off brand new again. So if you missed your tier, if you missed your unit count, if you're missing your goal right now, who gives a fuck, right? Because the only thing that's going to really make noise are your actions, or your attitude, is your mindset. Meaning that now that we are stepping into the 12th, we're halfway through a short month. right? We got like a 3-day weekend coming up, so it's going to even be shorter. But who's going to come in on this weekend instead of looking at the weekend as like, oh man, I just need a break, man, this shit's a grind. And we have to sometimes remember and position ourselves of what the alternative could be. Would you rather work some human resource job? Would you rather work just a flat salary job? Some of you watching this probably should. You know, maybe sales necessarily isn't your thing and you like to watch this just for the boost of momentum, or you like to clown on my shit. You know, try and make fun of like, look at this guy, try to say long words, not even saying the fucking words right. You know, whatever floats your boat. Either way, I appreciate your attention. But at the end of the day, you have to understand, you know, how you're going into the situation. You really have to be honest with yourself and figure out, like, if you're so upset or demotivated or unhappy going into work, imagine what the fuck are you going to achieve, right? How are you going to attract sales if you don't even like to sell? How are you going to attract the success of being great at sales if you don't even like selling? And so we have to reverse engineer, right? And so if we go in and we're like, oh man, I just need to make a couple sales today. I need to make sure that the time I invest, the sacrifice that I make, and when I put in my 10, 12-hour day, yes, I said 10, 12-hour day, because you got to do what you got to do in order to do what you want to do, right? And so maybe you're in your first couple months at your job, or you're within your first year or couple years within your job, and you know, you're just looking for the fastest way to get a quick buck. Shit, we all are. But at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to make you last longer in this industry is when you have the ability and the skill set to kind of recharge your mindset, recharge your attitude. And when you're different from everyone else, i.e. your competitors are going into the week like, fuck, oh man, it's Monday. Oh fuck, it's Monday. Like just some blue shit. You have to be on a different level. You have to understand that this is Monday. This is another week to add to your empire. This is another week to build your pipeline. This is another week to build for March. This is another week to get closer to your goal. This is another week to make some extra paper. And if we look at it as far as going into Monday and say, man, I can't wait till Friday, and you catch yourself saying that, or if you go into Monday like, fuck, today's gonna suck, and you catch yourself doing that, I invite you to be different and look at it like, oh man, I'm gonna own this fucking week. I'm gonna make this week my bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna handle any fucking challenge, any important challenge that most of my competitors would shy away from and avoid or push off and procrastinate until the end of the day or end of the week. I'm gonna do that shit first thing in the morning, right? Because you understand the ROI of it. You understand that the return of your investment is going to be that you're going to unleash, or at least remove, all the heavy shit on your shoulders. And so if you go throughout your day procrastinating and pushing out the hardest shit of your day to the end of your day, or to you know, the end of the week, subconsciously, without you knowing, you're actually still carrying that on your shoulders. You're still carrying that weight. And what I mean by that is, inside your head, in the back of your head, you're dreading that moment. You're dreading that phone call. You're dreading that call to divorce a prospect or divorce a client, or tell that prospect that their value came in low, or that their income came in low and their income don't work. You know, because you're looking at it with fear that you did something wrong, you let somebody down, you don't know how to do your job. And I want you to know that it will get better. It will naturally evolve. And when you just focus on the problem that you have in front of you rather than the what ifs. See, I think a lot of us go into a week with a poor mindset. We go into a Monday with a real weak mindset and a weak attitude. And most of the reason for that is because we're worried about the what ifs, right? Like, what if this week is not as good as last week? Or what if this week is fucking horrible like last week was? Or what if I don't get a Glengarry lead? Or what if I don't make a sale? Whatever the fuck, you know, whatever the fuck comes after what if, that's the shit that's weighing us down. And the best part about it is it's our choice. It's our choice to weigh our own selves down. I know it sounds weird, right? Like, but like, oh man, damn, if it's our choice, why is it so hard? Well, the reason why it's hard is because we make it hard for ourselves. meaning that we're carrying the baggage from last week. We're carrying the baggage from the argument we may have had this weekend. We're carrying in the baggage from the stress that us not hitting our goal or not being in line with our goal and our commitment for February. You see what I'm saying? We are the ones that bring it to us. We're the ones that decide to carry on that weight. But when we are able to change our perspective and look at and reverse our goal, right? Like our goal is to, let's say, make 10 sales this week. And we reverse engineer it and say, okay, in order to make 10 sales this week, I need to average 2 sales per day. In order to make 2 sales today, I need to take X amount of applications, because based on my KPI, which is key performance indicators, right now my KPI is every 100 leads I take, I make 10 sales. So I'm at about 10%. I'm at a 10% conversion rate. And when you identify that that's your KPI, then it's just all down to numbers, right? This whole entire world is down to numbers. And of course our goal is, right, like anyone we talk to, we want to make a sale, but at the end of the day, we got to be very self-aware. We need to understand what our strengths are. And so if we knew that we needed to take 10 applications and make 10 sales, then we got to break that down to a daily, right? So in other words, on Monday, I needed to do 20 applications just to make, 1 sale. So I gotta up that, right? So I gotta talk to 40 people just to make 2 sales. Now, if your sales conversion is at 10%, man, I'm so happy that you're here. My whole goal is to help you increase that sales conversion and get you at 25, 30, 40%. And what's really going to help you is identify and really accept the truth that a lot of the times the people that you chase are those that you are giving a biased opinion to. Maybe you like their loan amount, maybe you like the commission rip, maybe you like the sales tier bonus that you could hopefully get if this person buys from you. And when we stay stuck with just looking at month end, we don't look any further than month end, where we're going to be caught within that month. And so it's a balance, right? Like I'm telling you to to take every single day at its worth. Take every single day, reset it. But at the same time, you need to look at the bigger picture. So every single day you're taking a step up. And every single day you're unknowingly, you're actually training your mindset to operate at a different way. And at first it's going to be foreign. At first it's going to be different. But after you get used to it, it's kind of like a diet, right? Like if you've ever went on a diet and you kind of just change the way you eat, after about a week or two, right? The first week's hard as fuck. First week, you just get tempted with eating everything, eating out, right? Like, cause it's just easy. But at the same time, after a week or two, you become so fond of it that you couldn't imagine doing anything else. Same shit with the grind that we go through in daily life. It's not just eating habits. It's not just exercising. It's the actual mindset that enables us to eat right. It's the mindset that enables us and pushes ourselves to go exercise. And so you got to train for mindset. You're not necessarily training for skill. You're not training to eat right. You're not training to, motivate yourself to go to the gym. You're training to create the mindset that pushes you to do these things because you see the ROI in it. And so I hope that this helps push you in a different direction where you're looking at Monday as probably the greatest day of the week, because it's the beginning. It's a start. It's the brand new start. It's a fresh beginning of a new week. And so the challenge is, what can I accomplish this week? Bear it down even more. What can I accomplish today? And then on top of that, what can I accomplish tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day? And so I invite you to look at your day that way, because if you're looking at your day like, oh man, I don't want to fucking go into work. You pull up to the parking lot, you're like, oh man, I don't want to fucking go in this joint. Or you look at your manager, you're like, oh man, don't send me no fucking email about how far behind I am on my goal. I already know my fucking goal. But the whole solution here is that it's up to you. If you don't like being harassed for not hitting your goal, then let your actions speak louder than your words. Respond with action. And the only way to really respond with action is if you gain the confidence. The only real way to gain the confidence is if you know the answer. And the only way to find out the answer is if you follow Sales Remastered on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, right? Facebook. There's so many different channels and so many different resources where you can get the answers and you can get the solution to whatever's holding you back. And I hope you find it in time. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.